In this lesson, we're going to learn the flying side kick and punch done simultaneously. So this is another advanced level technique that you can use to attack two different opponents simultaneously. So you have to imagine here that where the heavy bag is, this is one opponent right here. And where my dad is standing with the focus pad here, that is the second opponent. So this is how the technique would typically be practiced in class. At most schools, one heavy bag is typical. So we would use a heavy bag and then we would use a focus pad. But you could also use two focus pads or even two heavy bags if you have them at your club. But here you can see we're going to have another running start at this, and we're basically running in the direction of one opponent here, and we're going to attack and simultaneously attack the other one. So here's what that looks like. So there you can see, I'm going to try to stop it here and go back. So there, when I pause it, you can see the attack. So it's up to you. You can punch towards the focus pad and do the side kick on the heavy bag, or you can do the side kick on the focus pad and punch the heavy bag. Whatever you have available there. You should be practicing this technique on both sides as well. But there you can see what it looks like. So you're essentially going between the two opponents and you attack just as you are arriving between the two opponents. I said earlier that you're running at the one opponent, but you're actually going between the two opponents. So you attack as you are passing through, and both attacks need to happen simultaneously. So you can see, while it might look awkward, it's actually very natural to throw a punch in the opposite direction of your side kick. So, once again, the side kick, we're using the heel, and of course for the punch, we're using the first two knuckles, the largest two knuckles as the striking tool. And you can see that that's most likely going to be a high punch because you're off the ground. So, flying side kick and a high punch to your opponent, or to your two opponents. So, one more time. I'll run that again. And I've also got it from a couple different views here, I believe. So you can see what that looks like once again. So there you can see going in between the two opponents and then attacking simultaneously as you pass. So I think that's probably what I've got. I'll try one more here. And now I'm switching it up. So here I'm doing the side kick on the heavy bag. So there you can see the punch to the focus pad and the flying side kick to the heavy bag as I go through. So there's that one. And here's another view. So that's what it looks like. I know it goes by very quickly, but there you can see the side kick and the punch simultaneously. And then you can, of course, space the opponents a little bit further apart if you want to really stretch it out. You can move the targets up if you want to get a little bit more height. But ultimately, the whole objective behind this technique is to be able to hit two different opponents simultaneously. That is the goal here. So you're using two techniques that you already know, and you're putting them together into an advanced variation of that technique. So this is referred to as the flying side kick and high punch combination. So till the next lesson.